Yeah, so one of the things that we worked very hard to achieve was selective control of the reed canary grass throughout the floodplain and preserve the milkweed islands, Asclepias syriaca, which was effectively the only native plant still persisting in the bulk of the 150-acre floodplain. We used selective chemicals to suppress the reed canary grass, which you can see down inside amongst the milkweeds. So very effective at suppressing the reed canary grass, while at the same time allowing the native vegetation to flourish. This is one of the reasons why the use of glyphosate, which is a kill-all chemical, usually makes little sense for our projects. There are plenty of specialty chemicals that in many ways are safer for the environment and for people that will allow us to target one bad plant while preserving the good plants around them. So an excellent job, team, of protecting these milkweed islands scattered throughout the floodplain and doing a really effective job on suppressing the reed canary grass all around. Great work. This is what people were hoping for, and it looks like we did a great job of delivering. All right, the drone is landing. Oh, there's always touch-up work. Oh, it landed just exactly in the spot that it took off in. I love that. So there's always going to be touch-up work with a project of this size. So the reed canary grass was effectively treated there, but a little strip here right next to the milkweed that needs a little touch-up. So most large-scale invasive control efforts have at least 2, sometimes 3 or even 4 phases, depending on the phenology of the plants that you're treating. So mostly what you see here is the result of the first spray. The team is here on site this week, probably next week, chasing after these little strips that were out of the reach of the initial spray, and they'll get in amongst the milkweeds and complete their treatment as well. But this is what the result should look like after a first spray. It's a really nice precision job. I'm really proud of our team. Let's go look at another spot right down the trail here. So this stretch here along the floodplain is probably the largest of all of the common milkweed colonies. It looks like it occupies potentially almost up to a full acre. Now this spot is lower than the rest of the floodplain, and it is also quite close to the stream, within 100 or 150 feet. So soil moisture levels are expected to be higher here, so the milkweed is significantly more robust. So remember, just 1 year ago, during our first tour of this project, there were virtually no milkweeds to be seen. Everything was buried under reed canary grass. In fact, here's quite a happy sight, and I believe it's the first that we've observed here, or at least I have, and that is a Verbena histata, a nice perennial flowering species that, oh, here's another one. So the removal of the reed canary grass, which is pretty good, always spots to clean up, have allowed species that were here but unobservable because they were buried under the weight of a reed canary grass stand that was so large and so well developed and so thick that sunlight couldn't reach the floor of the floodplain. But with that pressure removed, those natives that remained have been allowed to really take off, and we're really looking forward to seeing their seeds distributed into all of the treated areas. Great. So sometimes when you release one invasive from the environment, that creates the opportunity for a new one to express itself. In this case here, this is mile a minute, an annual vine that, in this little patch anyway, is just spreading unimpeded and really enjoying the full sun conditions that we provided through the reed canary grass control. So this will require additional treatment along with other spots within the floodplain. All right, so here, this is a subsection of the entire floodplain that is scheduled to be planted this year, which is 2026. So we chose an herbicide approach that is designed to suppress the reed canary grass while still preserving the ability to plant or even seed. So that herbicide approach is somewhat less effective than what we saw in the large part of the floodplain, where planting is unlikely to occur this year. So this lighter dose and slightly different formulation of the herbicide will naturally have more places that require follow-up treatment, which the team is working on this week. Overall, however, still quite pleased with the result. In a good treatment, whether or not it's terminal treatment, we will find out later in the year. But as a good, solid first step, I like this very much.